Arlington sports lovers, and welcome to another edition of your ACMi Sports Update. The spring tournament season is right around the corner. Many of our young athletes are starting to make the cut. Boys tennis has locked their place within the tournament for the 7th year in a row after defeating Wakefield 5-0. Taking a look over at the track, Ryan Oosting took home an 800-meter run win for Arlington at Middlesex League Championships with a time of 1 minute and 55.21 seconds. Arlington finished 4th behind Lexington, Reading, and Wakefield. ACMi News Director Jeff Barn met with Oosting at his soon-to-be alma mater, Arlington High School, to talk about the next chapter of his life at Stanford University.
Everyone's thinking, you're one of the best runners in the state, if not the best runner in the state. What about the Olympic Games? Do you have your sights set that high?
Yeah. Well, now that I've represented the Netherlands internationally, the Olympics is like the next logical step. And it just depends on how I progress and how things go next year and the next 4 years and potentially after that. It might be a lot to ask for 2020, but 2024 seems like a fairly ideal Olympic year.
And how would you be training for that? Anything different, or you just be the same regimen you've been using the whole time, something you depend on?
Yep, so I'm changing coaches, obviously, because I'm changing schools. But I trust my coaches, both here and at Stanford, and I know that they know what's best for me and can help me, maybe more than I can help myself, because they know the sport better than I do. But, I trust them, and I'm not going to change anything. You just have to run fast enough to get an Olympic. You have to run a certain time, and then after that, it's up to the country to decide.
You can see more of Jeff's interview with Ryan Oosting next week. But now, coming up in next week's matchups. On Tuesday, May 28th, boys lacrosse goes up against Bromfield at 4 p.m. Thursday, May 30th, you can find girls tennis match up against Newton South at 3:45. And on Friday, catch boys baseball go against town rival Arlington Catholic at 4 p.m. From ACMi Sports at Studio B, I'm Nick Antonakis. Back to you at Studio A.